Right, so Caterham 360R, as you guys know, I don't really do car reviews, but I thought seeing as though Caterham have loaned me the car for like 5 or 6 days, why not put a little extra effort into the production? So, as I mentioned, Caterham did loan me the 160 last year, which actually had the S-Pack. For those of you that don't know, if you do purchase a brand new Caterham 7 from the factory, you can choose the S-Pack or the R-Pack. The S-Pack is the more daily drivable Caterham, so I wouldn't say any Caterham is a good daily driver, but if you are planning to use your Caterham as a daily or just a little more regularly, I would definitely recommend choosing the S-Pack. So with the S-Pack, you get a few more creature comforts. I'm not even trying to be funny right now, but you literally get a windscreen, you get doors, you get a carpeted interior, you get leather seats, you get heating. You also get a 12-volt socket, so if you need to charge your phone or you need to put a sat-nav in the car. But if you don't choose the S-Pack, these are optional extras you have to pay for. So today we're filming the 360, which starts at £29,990. If you spec it with the R-Pack, it's an additional £1,000, but this is the more track-focused Caterham. So the S-Pack is for daily driving, the R-Pack is if you're planning to use your Caterham on track. So for starters, you get a limited slip differential, you get a lightweight flywheel. You also now get what Caterham call their sport suspension. So I assume it's just the same Bilstein dampers as you get on the S-Pack, but probably tweaked up a little just to work alongside the limited slip diff. You can also upgrade to their track suspension, which will cost £200. And then you can also fully swap out the dampers for a race setup, which will cost you an additional £1,500. You'll notice it's got a side exit exhaust, which looks really cool in my opinion. You do have the option of having it come from the rear. Brakes are the same as the S-Pack. You get solid discs with 2 piston calipers up front. Difference with the R-Pack is you get an uprated brake master cylinder. Right, so into vlog mode, and let's talk about the looks. And in my opinion, this is a really nice looking car. Obviously it's got these old school retro looks. Caterham somehow managed to keep this looking modern even in 2018. Similar to the Porsches, they just do a few little refreshes and they just keep them looking fresh. I mean, this is a 2017 model. So for starters, you get these LED lights. They're actually daytime running. They're not automatic, you have to flick them on yourself, but you get this really nice white laser beam through the center. Looks so nice. Way better looking than the 160 they gave me last year. It was finished in like a green, steely wheels, halogen bulbs, but this one's just, yeah, it looks so much better. Because it's the R-Pack, you get something called a black pack. As you can see, it's clearly got a red and black theme going. You get these 13-inch Apollo black alloy wheels. Obviously you got the 2 piston calipers. You can upgrade them for 4 piston, which will cost you £675. You get the Avon ZZS tyres and this really cool looking side exit exhaust. So you get a 2 litre naturally aspirated Ford Duratec engine producing 180 bhp and 143 foot-pounds of torque. Those numbers don't sound too crazy. I know we're living in an age where you've got hatchbacks producing 300 brake, but when you take into account the weight of this, it's only 560 kg, which actually gives it a power to weight ratio of 321 brake horsepower. This is a seriously fast car, and this is just your mediocre Caterham. You know, there's a few models after this. You've got the 420R, you've also got the 620R, which is what I'm trying to work my way up to, but genuinely this is so fast. In my opinion, it's too fast for the road. So with the R-Pack as standard, you get the carbon composite seats. As you can see, these are not, they are leather. I don't know if I already mentioned, but these cars are like Lego. You can tailor them to your requirements. So whoever spec this car decided they prefer leather seats, obviously making it a little bit more comfortable. It's really nice looking in there, genuinely. Like even the seats, they've got this carbon print. Even the central console where the armrest is, it's got this leather with a carbon weave through it. The dashboard's all carbon fibre with R. You can see the R brand printed everywhere. So the gear stick's got R in it. The speedos, you've also got 360R written up there. Here you've got this battery cut off, so like at night I just take this out so the car battery doesn't work. I think that's what it is. You've also got this 4-point race harness. Obviously this is a more track focused Caterham, so safety first. But yeah, I mean, let's jump out and see what it's like. So immediately setting off in the 360R, you notice just how much of an insane experience it is. It's like no other car you've ever driven. It's like climbing straight into a go-kart. For example, you look over your right shoulder and you're almost eye level with the curbs. Although the car's really small, the seating position is set really low, so the perspective of the road ahead is so different. You're almost looking up the road rather than down it. And what I've noticed is when I've been driving out at night especially, the road just looks completely unrecognizable, which is obviously something that you probably got to get a little used to. Another thing to note is there's no power steering. I mean, I've driven cars with no power steering, but this takes it to a whole new level. You literally have to feed the wheel through your hands rather than locking it from left to right. So driving around town, like pulling out of junctions and doing 3-point turns, reversing, bit of a nightmare. But once you do get up to speed, it's very easy to drive. I mean, very, very small inputs with the wheel are required to get the car to turn. It literally darts from left to right. But interior wise, as I already mentioned, you get this carbon fiber dashboard with R branding everywhere. You got it on the dials, you got it on the dashboard, you got it on the gear selector, you got it on the key ring. Also at night, all these dials, they light up this really bright white, makes the car feel really, really sporty, man. As you lot know, you know I like my lighting in the cars. Also, this armrest really comfortable, looks really nice as well. It's finished in this leather with like a carbon fiber sort of weave in it. The seats have got the same sort of look as well. They look really sporty. As I did mention, with the R package, they're meant to come with the carbon composite seats, but this one has the leathers, which are really, really comfortable to sit in. I've been tearing this car for the last 5 or 6 days and I've not felt any pains in my back. At the same time, driving it hard, it's very supportive. And that's not to say that this car isn't uncomfortable. I mean, the seats themselves are comfortable, but the ride, obviously it's a fixed suspension. There's no adaptive, there's no traction, there's no ABS. It's a raw experience. And you know, this car is meant to be driven to a track day, set some fast laps, and it's supposed to be able to take you home, you know. Also, when you purchase a brand new Caterham, you get 2 chassis options, the S3 and the S5 chassis. So the S3 chassis comes standard with your Caterham. It's their more lightweight, more compact version, the chassis they've been using for the last 50 years. But if you're on the bigger side or you're a little bit taller, you'd probably want to spec the S5 chassis, which makes it a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. It's actually a £2,500 option, but it does make the car a little bit more comfortable. You get a bigger fuel tank, you get more luggage space, and this one today actually has the S5 chassis. And comparing it to the 160 I drove last time, definitely noticeably a little bit more roomy. Start to build speed in the 360R, that's when you begin to appreciate what it's all about. It is so unbelievably capable. You have to uncomfortably drive it faster into corners just to feel satisfied that you even pushed it a little bit. Anybody that's done the jump from an M3, you know, C63, RS4s, and jumped into a Nissan GTR, you know what I'm saying by you almost have to take a corner 20 to 30 miles per hour faster. This car is exactly the same. You really have to uncomfortably drive it fast into corners to make it even be under a little bit of pressure. Gearbox is solid. You get a 5-speed manual with a really short throw. You do get the optional 6-speed manual, which will cost you an extra £2,500, which will obviously give you a closer gear ratio. But this car really loves to rev. I mean, it makes its max power at about 7,300 RPM, but yeah, little dangerous in this wet today. And as I've already mentioned, it's way too fast for the road. And this is just a mediocre Caterham. You've got the 420R, you've got the 620R. Something I'm definitely trying to work my way up to. I'm not gonna lie, everyone's not gonna be a fan of this car because there are loads of noises, it rattles, but if you're fully about your driving, you will absolutely love this car. There is nothing that it lacks on the limit. You can feel everything what's going on. The limited slip diff makes the car so predictable. Like when you normally power slide in an M3, you really gotta lock the wheel, catch it and bring it back round. In this, it's just a quick boop, turn and you're back. You just keep going forward. I know you lot always complain about me. Although the car makes a lot of noises, the actual controls to the car is solid. The brake feel, the clutch, even the gear stick, like genuinely, I'm not even just saying that, I've bruised my hand the last few days driving this car. The car beats the crap out of you. That is something that I enjoy. Every day I've got home, it's a car that sends you to sleep. don't laugh at me when I say this, but I've actually not been on holiday in the last 15 years, right? And genuinely driving this Caterham, it gives you this, it reminds me of when I went on holiday. Like, you feel so free driving it, man. It's like you get this natural high. You forget about the outside world, you forget about bills, you forget about everything. You ain't got time to be driving this car one-handed whilst putting up an Instagram post. It's not happening. Like, you've got to drive this car. Maintenance, servicing, reliability, didn't manage to do any research, but I can say I've been spanking this car for the last 5 or 6 days and it's been totally fine, man. Not one issue, and I really do beat on cars. Maintenance and servicing can't be too bad because these are actually kit cars that you're supposed to build in your garage at home. You actually pay Caterham an extra $2.5 grand to have it built, so I wouldn't say service is going to be an issue. Maintenance, you get a toolkit, so it shouldn't be difficult or expensive to maintain. It's definitely not the greatest on fuel. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's about £35 for a full tank, and obviously I've been driving it quite a lot. I've been using probably about £20–25 a day, which isn't that bad. A few negatives: it likes to bottom out, so if you drive too fast over a bump, it smashes the bottom. It's not a nice feeling. Another negative is the race hardness. I mean, it's obviously great for the racing side of things, but for trying to drive around town and like reversing around corners, bit of a nightmare. You can't move, you're really stuck down. You have to take it off to reverse almost. It's loads of noise, as I've said how many times now. Look, I mean, even my voice, I'm having to shout to do this review. But it's the driving side that shines on this car, man. If you're solely into driving, I am into driving. I like to take corners very fast. Not even about the straight line speed. I mean, this car is very fast. It tops out 130 miles per hour. The more impressive thing about this is how it does 30 to 80. It flies to 80, man. It's every time you look, it's just like you look at the numbers, you're like, what? Like, also, if you head over to Caterham's website, they offer so many different options for hiring, you know, circuit experience, drift experiences. You can rent one of these for the weekend for like £399, which is a decent price. You do have to be over the age of 25 and you have to be under 70 years old, which means, Arthur, apologies, you're never going to be renting one of these. But I suppose Arthur will probably just go and buy one, shove a Golf R engine in it. But yeah, £500 deposit, minimum year driving, and you can take this car out for as long as you want, basically. They also do drift experience, circuit experience, and also if you book a track day through Caterham's trusted partner, I think they're called bookatrack.com, you can hire it for the day on track and basically do whatever it is you've got to do. Guys, I know I don't normally do car reviews. I normally leave the owner to do the car review. I do the easy bit, I just take it for a spin. But if you did enjoy it, give me some feedback. Let me know if you want to see some more. I'm sure that I should be able to, you know, get in contact with a few car manufacturers now. So yeah, you've been watching Living Life Fast. My name's Ricky and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.